All right, welcome into the new video series for the Ritz Fantasy Football League 2020. Week 1, let's dive into some power rankings. Power rankings, you ask, and you shall receive. I'm just going to dive right into it. 15-1 power rankings preseason before the Chiefs kick off tomorrow to start Week 1. At number 15, this should be no surprise to anybody, but that's me. Kevin Ritz is coming in at number 15. I don't think there's a better 1-2 punch than I have with Lamar Jackson and Zeke, but I've never made the playoffs, so I feel comfortable saying that I have earned this spot. At number 14, Adam Sanovic, Kansas City Hawklets, coming in at number 14. This was really just due to the lack of depth at running back for the Hawklets. And I will say he's really risking it all for Kyler Murray. AJ Green's washed up. Mark Andrews was an early pick for him. Don't love the way his roster is built. Number 14, Adam, and the Kansas City Hawklets. Coming in at 13, Andy Ritz with, what's his team name? Marvin Jones and Get It On. Matt Ryan's old as shit. I don't see him being the same fantasy productive player that he used to be. He's got Kenyon Drake and Tyreek, but other than that, it's not an impressive roster. Zach Ertz is way out of his prime. Sterling Shepard is starting for him. That's dangerous. So 13, Andy. At 12, Aaron, feeling lucky. I don't know if he'll be feeling lucky this year. He didn't draft Andrew Luck this year, which is good news. But he's got Drew Brees, who should be retired. He's old and washed up too, especially fantasy-wise. I don't see him having a big year. Nick Chubb, not a believer. They just inked, what's his name, Kareem Hunt to 2 more years because I don't think they believe in Nick Chubb. And Aaron's got 2 tight ends in his starting lineup, along with Todd Gurley. Ew. Checking in at 11, Matt Beck. I think this is due to Ryan Tannehill being his quarterback, and I'm not a Tannehill believer at all. He's got 2 Panthers in the starting lineup, which is concerning, even if one of them's Christian McCaffrey. If DJ Moore and Devontae Parker are your biggest wide receivers, I think that's not great. And not a lot of depth either on that bench at all. So that's where Beck comes in. At number 10, we've got Jack and Allen Stallions. Josh Allen's your quarterback. He's not a good fantasy quarterback. I don't like the 1-2 punch of a Bills quarterback and a Raiders running back. And Hunter Henry will play 8 games if you're lucky. I think you auto-drafted him, so you don't even like that pick. And Mark Ingram won't be the primary ball carrier by week 8 either. So not a great draft for the guy who spent all his time listening to draft podcasts. At number 9, Alex and Baker's gang. I'm not a Baker Mayfield believer. He had a terrible year last year. He's very inaccurate. He's got terrible footwork, and I'm not a believer. Austin Eckler is your second best player, which isn't good, and then Justin Tucker's your third best player. So not a great roster there. Your defense is Tampa Bay. The last 2 years they finished 29th and 30th in points allowed. Not good. And Jamison Crowder is in your starting lineup too. Don't love it. At number 8, Danny. Danny would have been lower if he didn't have Mahomes, but the object is to score points, and Patrick Mahomes is going to score a lot of points. Le'Veon Bell, Amari Cooper, George Kittle is a blocking tight end. You're from Kansas City, you know Travis Kelce only catches passes. George Kittle only blocks. That's it. So, and you spent a first-round pick on Kittle or a second-round pick. I don't know about that. And then just not a lot of depth. David Montgomery is on your bench as your second-best running back. So no running back depth at all. Let's see. Chris, I got you coming in at number 7 with the Chiefs D's nuts. Chris, Dak, Miles Sanders, and Derrick Henry combo, that's pretty decent. And auto draft made sure you didn't take McCole Hardman in the first 4 rounds. You still got him on the team, but didn't have to spend too high of a pick. So not a bad looking roster. At number 6, we've got Leon, and I think I just charked. I'm on Leon's side. I think Cam Newton's going to put up points. Rushing touchdowns worth 6 points, throwing touchdowns worth 4. Cam's going to be running the ball in. Cam, Saquon, Juju, that's a pretty good top 3 right there. And then the Vikings defense. Ooh, look out. All right, let's see. Ritz 3-time champ David coming in at number 5. And this was mostly based on reputation. I don't love his team, but he's got Watson, Cook, and Deshaun Watson, Dalvin Cook, and Joe Mixon. That's a pretty good top 3 right there. Tyler Boyd caught 90 passes last year. This is a PPR league. Catch passes, get points. So I like the way David's roster is built. Let's see. Next at number 4, I've got Team Deerington 14. If Team Deerington remembers to check, he's probably not watching this, but if he remembers to check his lineup and not play players on buys this year, and I think he's got a good team. Aaron Jones, Julio Jones. The Jones duo there is pretty good. He's got Brady and Fournette. They're on the same team now. It's a good combo. Plus, I think T.Y. Hilton is back with Phyllis Rivers throwing to him. So I think a pretty good roster built by Team Deerington 14. At number 3, the new guy, the fantasy football team for Trent. I like the way he drafted. He's got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Very excited for him. Adam Thielen, Scary Terry, and Stephon Diggs. That's a really good combo. And then you got the Pooh Boy, Odell Beckham Jr. on the team too. Pretty good pass catchers on that team. That's at number 3. But at number 2, I think this guy's got the best pass catching trio on his team with Mike Evans, Cortland Sutton, and Travis Kelce, and Brandon Cooks. Again, a PPR league. That's a lot of catches between those guys. And so I like the way Benny's roster looks. He's got the Ravens defense, Russell Wilson, and then he's got even more wide receiver depth on the bench too. And the rookie running back, DeAndre Swift. It's a deep roster Benny's got that could be good and poised for a really good run. And if you're keeping track at home, you know who number 1 is. I hated doing this, but the algorithm that I have in the blind test, blind resume that I put together has Tony as number 1 in the power rankings this week. He's got the Big Ben and the butt kickers, and I'm here for the Big Ben revenge tour. I think that Big Ben's going to be really good this year. And Michael Thomas is on his team, and he scores the most points in fantasy football, so it's a good person to have there. And he's got a great running back combo with Jonathan Taylor and Devin Singletary, plus the best kicker in the game. I alluded to shitting on not Odell Beckham, but Mark Ingram earlier, how I think he won't be a contributor later on. But Tony's got J.K. Dobbins, who I think will be. So a deep bench. I like Tony's team a lot. I'm here for the Big Ben revenge tour. So got a couple more things, so hold on. We're going to get into my favorite matchup coming up. But first, we're going to do something a little different this year with these video recaps. So what I'm going to do is each week have a king of the week right here. So you're going to get the hat. And this is for our top scorer each week. I will sing your praises if you're the top scorer. Then we've got our best waiver pirate every week. So you get the pirate hat if you're making good trades or having good waiver wire pickups, or a draft steal has a really good week. And then we need the fireman hat to put out the dumpster fire. So you're the dumpster fire of the week. You're the worst team of the week, and like Odell Beckham prefers, I will shit all over your team and make fun of them if you're the dumpster fire of the week. Top matchup is Anthony versus David. We're going to find out if Tony is really for real playing Ritz 3-time champ. Good luck this week, boys. Adios.